Alright, welcome back to some more Citizen Sleeper 2. And today we are going to be finally leaving this place, and we're heading over to Floatsam. Should be pretty okay. It will take us a couple cycles to get contracts so that we can start lowering the hunt value again. But I'm also okay with the jumping back and forth here. We have enough money to actually get stuff done. But it will take us a couple cycles to just get, explore the place, actually get things going. Those are not great dice, if I'm being honest. I don't really like those dice, but it's fine. It's hard to tell where the flotsam ends and the ship's parked at its many docking bridges begin. As Surfin docks with the station, you realize that the rig now looks like another piece of accumulated technology. One more bit of driftwood added to the raft. I love this place. You never know what you'll find. You've been here before. Yeah, back when we first came to the belts, the crew I signed on used to run salvage shops out from here. Fun place to spend your wages. You see Bliss eyeing the station with what looks to be both horror and fascination. You see the seals' total cowboy welds. They could pop at any moment. Cern waves away their concerns. Oh, that's just the outer layer. I heard there's 6 or 7 all in, so if one fails, it's no problem. He stretches and turns to you. You've got a taste of some of the stuff they grow in Otakahe. That's the good shit. Oh, great. So many layers of redundancy and fallbacks that you have no hope of isolating a leak and fixing it. Sounds like a ship I know. Hey, come on now. Surfin joins in, the two of you shoulder to shoulder. She's got you out of there, didn't she? No sense of gratitude. I was joking. Bliss looks a little hurt and drifts out of the cockpit, shaking their head. It'll follow with Surfin puts a hand on your shoulder. Sleeper, remember what I said about getting checked out? There are artificers all over this place. It'll take a bit of searching, but we need to know what's going on with you. Yep. I'll handle it. We'll go see if any old hunts are still open. Catch you later. Alright. And here we are. We have, as usual, nice old 8 cycles. We need to get stuff going here. So this is just a straight up 100%. There's only one option here anyway, so we just dump everything in here. I mean, it's not great options, but, it's fine. New location discovered. Nice, okay. Good, we have the narrow escape. That's our food. Oh, and a contract. Has a tip about a recovery contract. We can also buy a meal. This probably gives me double then. 15 cryo is usually probably 2 energy. Payment is scrap and some components. Per crew needed. We'll split hole, no time with these. I'm armed. I'm down for that. For the most part. Yeah, scavenge for fuel, please. How about this? We can buy scrap components. Not necessary. We still have 5 rare components. We can also buy and fill fuel. This is a lot more expensive than it was back in the other place. So I don't really need to worry about that at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and buy the contract. It's only 2, so that's not too bad. We're going to spend a couple of cycles here first, though. Hopefully this doesn't... Okay, even on a negative outcome, it's still fine. Okay, that's fine. New location discovered. Otakahe, here we go. We can buy supplies. We don't need to. The skill required is Endure, which I do not have. And I'm out of energy, so we just go ahead and end the cycle here. And we get +1 fuel, and that should be good. Alright, not much else to do. I can go ahead and eat here and see if it actually gives me 2 back. It does. Oh, it's 4 energy. Okay, that's really good to know. That's a lot of energy that it just gave me. I'm okay with using my 1 here. Even if it's negative, it's fine. Oh, I should have used my 3 actually. Should have used my 3. Okay, I mean, it's fine, right? We ended up getting it. Chaos of the Floatsam intrigues you. Passage to passage, it is the most incoherent place you have ever visited. Plating, cladding, and cushioning of all kinds, conditions, hides, a forest of wires, ducts, interfacing in ways their manufacturers would have never dreamed possible, and it's probably not intentional either. Rooms are crushed cargo bays, flipped bridges, eviscerated engine rooms, patchwork corridors are lumpy with messy welds bending worryingly along their length. It is, to put nicely, a total mess. Uh-huh. Let's cycle searching the winding passages. You begin to wonder if Seraphin had any idea what he was talking about. A sleeper? Well, I never. John Me? There's a resurrection see behind a small booth piled with tech. Behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen is a meticulously arranged counter, the only clear spot in sight. At it, an older man with wet and wandering eyes sits nearby. Hello. I didn't mean to be rude, please. That's okay. No problem. Do you deal with my type of people? How are you feeling, sleeper? I'm John Michael, though pleased to you. John Mai, I guess. I work with machines, mostly small ones. Well, I'm not great. Of course. Your presence is a rare honor here. I'm very sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I'm just very pleased to see you. Can I help you with something? I was more imagining I could help you. I see your journey to me has not been easy, he says, with genuine concern. You track his eyes across your body, noticing the scuff marks on your thick, vinyl-like skin. The replaced and broken parts of your body, the marks of violence. You pull your jacket a little tighter. I do not know what experiences have been, but I want to assure you that I see you as a person. A being. A soul, shall we say, as valid as any other. Of John Me, his own age and wear also evident, a life of precise and careful work shaping his body into a reflection of his process. You note his unconfident way of speaking, which betrays a certain loneliness, a lack of practice. It is his turn to feel observed. I understand. You are kind. The frankness of the remark takes you by surprise. He looks down at his counter and begins to take apart a tiny piece of machinery that sits there. Many years ago, when I began my apprenticeship, I find that whenever I saw something that, was not working well, I was fixated on it and its repairs. Of course, the belt is filled with this kind of dysfunctional detail, and so I was busy for many years with these small fixings. But now I find that when I am interested in a thing that is not working as it should, it is because it might have some quality not yet foreseen or discovered. He released the altered object into the air, where it basically twists in a hypnotic display like a spinning top whose movements are totally unpredictable. I can see that you are in the process of becoming sleeper. He catches a spinning toy between a finger and a thumb. Let me aid you in this. What do you mean? Device around his neck, he deftly pulls a pair of goggles up to his face, masking his wet eyes. Hold still, sleeper. Something flickers inside the goggles, their face blank. John Me, I'm just gonna say John Me. Hands play across the buttons and switches on the exterior tuning, focusing. I'll just let him work. I think you better come inside. He kicks off from his desk and disappears. A moment later, you hear a rattle and a small bulkhead door beside the booth that you had assumed was rusted shut creaks open. John Me beckons you inside. The workshop is even more cramped than you expected. As you enter, you're surrounded on the sides with netting holding bundles and bundles of terminals, servers, drives, and cables. At its center, a padded seat and a set of articulated arms mounted with sensors and tools fill the space. The seat, please. I'll just trust him, goody two-shoes, naive a little bit. John Me floats beside you. He looks across your body. There is damage here, I see that. We'll get to that. But I see something else here as well. This is why you came. He looks at you solemnly. Yes, I think so. Though I've never met a sleeper, I have studied them. I was lucky to acquire some materials from SN Art some time ago in the interest of my own endeavors. Uh-huh. You are pleasingly distinct from those materials. Am I right in thinking you have been modified? I tried rebooting myself. Yes, I see that your dependency on stabilizer, on the immune recoding portion of its makeup at least, has been broken. But that is not all. Right. In the first game, we were super dependent on stabilizer, which is kind of the big time limit, I guess, on the first one. This one has been a lot less stressful, I will say. Like I haven't really felt pushed yet to be like, oh, I really need to do this right now. We just had that like incident at the hex port, and after that, we were able to kind of just coast a little bit. Yes, I see that your dependency on stabilizer on the immune recoding portion of its makeup at least has been broken, but that is not all. You're physically modified, not externally, but internally. Your tracker is disabled, which makes it impossible for SNR to find you. Congratulations. But that is not all. You have been modified, yes, but you are also being modified as we speak. Uh-huh. How? You see a nodal web in the vague shape of a sitting body, your body. These changes appear to be complex, subtle, but consistent. Simon taps at his terminal. So what are the changes? See here. Your nervous system is growing additional nodal points here and here. Meanwhile, your immolation interface is growing an umbilical access port, though towards what end I am unsure. Right, this is the way that that guy was using to control us, in a sense. You feel for something there, growing under your thick vinyl skin. Can you feel a lump, or is that just your imagination? You pick at it. Juni signs and shut off the terminal. The changes are partial and, in all honesty, the resolution is too poor. I need to run a full diagnostics, but for that I would need, yes, some kind of medium to hold your suspended emulation. The access jack I can build myself, but we will need to bridge your emulation. A Shipmind would be ideal for this. Would have to be a high capacity, a prime Shipmind. Solheim in origin. Perhaps Helion Gate might hold records of any that were in the system. Yes, the prime Shipmind is essential if you wish further investigations to be done. I will need this above all. I'm sorry to say, Sleeper. Can't you tell me more? Accurately? No. It is clear that the process has begun, but it has yet to complete. Juni busies himself with taking down the sensors and folding away the articulated arms. You try to calm yourselves, but you feel as if there are worms under your skin. Please, remain calm. Carefully restored rare component in your hand. This can help you. For now, our work is concluded. But you are welcome at any time. Thank you. Of course. Safe travels, Sleeper. Place and promise list in your hands, and you leave days unsure how you feel about the insistence of this man's particular kindness. But most of all, you are haunted by the idea of unseen processes that are running within you. Part of you does not wish to know anything further, to leave this place and never look back. And another is desperate to immediately retrieve every object on this list so that you may know what strangeness is happening within you. For now, you must steady yourself and find a way to continue. Okay. Yep, let me explain everything, because we are fully trusting and naive about Seraphine. Yep. In ways Juni cannot identify. Yeah, there's stuff happening to my body. It's weird. Yeah, Lane, probably. Perhaps. And Seraphine's like, for sure. We'll get what you need. We'll find that Shipmind. A bit of work here and there, but we can make it to Helion Gate and wherever else. Thank you, Seraphine. Just say the word, okay? Don't give up on yourself just yet. Get up and get back to it. Right. And then we leave. Okay. Let's see. So there's the booth. Can't really do much there. Let me look at the belt real quick. It takes 8 fuel to go straight to Helion Gate without stopping by Far Spindle. I can also go to Holmes Rock, which is going to be interesting. It takes 8 though, so it's gonna take a couple of cycles to do that, but that's fine. This is new. Right, buy engine components. Right, it is expensive though. I don't really need that at the moment. Okay, I mean, there's not much else to do here aside from actually like leaving and doing the thing. How much fuel does it take? Only 2, right? Yeah, I think we go ahead and do that then. I'm just gonna go ahead and get both of these. Let me see how much money I get here. 8 cryo and a raw scrap. This one gives me 8 cryo and also a raw scrap. So we're getting a bunch of raw scrap, which is nice. I'm not sure what... I know I can make them into process scrap, but otherwise not really much. Right, well, we'll just also use this one. I think I'm down to just travel to the rig straight away. We can get scraps and components. I can buy myself the fuel needed. It will need 6 times 10, so that'll be like 6 times probably 7, right? Because if mine is 3, 6 times 7 is 42. So 42, but I can also sell some of this stuff later. I think I do it. In theory, right, like, if I want to be super efficient, I stay here for 2 more cycles. I just work and just get a bunch of money because there's no drawback to that. And then I go out on the trip, do this 3 more times, and then I leave, right? Like, that is the most efficient way to do this, because there's no drawback to just staying. Like, lane's not coming fast, right? So like that, I think that is my best play here, because that means I also save money on fuel. So I'm kind of down to do that. It is playing the game very safe. That is true. We didn't get any fuel from that, which is a little annoying. I'm okay with this. If I get stressed, it's fine. 8 cryo, that's fine. 8 cryo, that's fine. 8 cryo, a raw scrap. Another 8 cryo and a raw scrap. And another 8 cryo and a raw scrap. And then I do this. I rest. Potentially get some fuel, maybe. Nope, didn't get any. But this is fine, because what I can do now is I can come here and eat. It'll take 15, but that's more than enough. And come here and I can do all this. Minus energy, which is honestly okay. I can deal with that. Oh, I got some fuel for that too. Nice. Minus 1 energy is completely fine. Eight cryo and raw scrap, and 1 more. Perfect. And now I can travel to here. We take both of you and we go. Keep your hands where I can see them. Yep, we're here to help. I promise. A warm welcome bodes well for the rest of the job. We're here to help. However, the hull plating and big chunks of inner structure seems to be missing, but you have a feeling that's not what you're here to fix. Hello, Alma. You actually have a portrait. Nothing of value here. If you're looking to steal something, you're all welcome to it. You do the work that's needed, and I'll let you take half of the haul. Understood. Here's the short of it. Engine's conked out on me and I'm no engineer. Can usually get her going, but this time no dice. Surprised there's so many of you, to be honest. Sorry about that, but don't worry. I've worked on these engines before. I can handle this. Don't be so sure. Alma leads you towards the engine room. The layout of her rig is much the same as yours. This girl is a sensitive type. You need to know how to handle her. Right. Rather rig stock engine. Mess of piping and feed lines. I am out of raw components. Aha. Been added to her since I was young. Might look like a mess, but she purrs when she's running. Oh, sleeper. This is going to be special. You struggle to tell if they are intimidated or impressed. Probably a little bit of both. Alright, we'll do what we can. Hope y'all aren't time wasters. You certainly are a strange crew. And there's the hall. As good of a find as I've seen. The hall is a building, and all that's in it. What, you too good for scrapping? By rights, the building's mine, scrappers claim. But you helped me get her running, and you're welcome to take what you want from it. Up to a maximum of 50% of the raw mass, that is. Not what we expected? Okay, I mean, that's fine. Anyway, you're leaving with nothing unless my girl here is back in shape by the time you all are done. So get to it. Right. Okay, well, let's see here. That's our rig. This is the facility. We need Endure and Intuit. We can do Intuit. That's fine. The raw material is for Eugen to deal with, but let's help fix this first. Oh, our dice are just so bad. I'm willing to re-roll once to get the 2 down here. We start off with this, I think. Actually, no. I think Eugen, I'm just gonna have you start off on this. Oh, sorry, not here. Not here, not here, not here. With this one. But this is just scrap, though. I already have a bunch of scrap. I'd rather do components. So, yeah. Eugen, you deal with this first. Also willing to do this here. And this here. So that's halfway through. We do that once. This is fine. The one's a bit annoying. Even if it's neutral, it's fine, right? If he gets stressed, he gets stressed. It's fine. Like if he gets stressed, it's one stress. I don't mind too much. Yeah, if it's neutral, it's good. If it's not neutral, it's fine. And this is the last one. If I get a 50-50, perfect. If I don't, whatever. Alright, 50-50. 2 stress is also kind of scary, though. Okay, well. That's not ideal. Please don't break. Please, none of my dice break. Or at least not yet. Okay, we're good. Oh, those are good dice on me. Terrible dice on my team, but... okay, Eugen, you are kind of not useful in the next part, so... Come on. Come on, Eugen. Please. Okay, there we go. Alright. All good now? Over the past cycles, even if you're necessary, I'm going to love it. As you can see, a difficult thing to love. Whole parts of it make little sense, and its oldest systems, now those bypassed and made obsolete by newer editions, still somehow play an integral role you don't understand. It is an object you feel close to. I see. Bliss is beside her. You can see they are talking, but with the engine running, you cannot hear them. Interesting. Bliss nods and then suddenly they embrace gently and with care. Bliss pushes back, and as soon as the moment has passed, it seems like it might not have happened at all. Nothing in the two figures' attitude betrays the act, and the room seems unchanged. You try to remember if you've seen them speaking before now, but you recall there are many moments where you were not with Bliss. As you watch Alma approach, you realize that the engine is not just special to you, but that between her and Bliss, it might have been the bridge to a unique kind of respect. That's the job, Sleeper, and you know where the payment is to be found. Unless you have anything else to add. What will you do now? I'm gonna find somewhere quiet to resupply and so on, but I don't think you'd like my usual haunts. Appreciate the assistance. You're welcome to take whatever you want from the hangar if you haven't already. Now, I must kindly ask you to leave my ship. You okay? Good, Sleeper. Really good. This place reminded me of why I do what I do, why I fix things. There's beauty in it. And that Alma never took any of her half of the haul. You see her there looking out across the wasteland, still as a statue. The mini jet, as you load into the rig and begin preparations to depart, will stick with you. One that every time you enter the engine room of your own ship, a room almost identical to the engine room of Alma's rig will leap into your mind. A woman floating above the wreck of what was once her home, looking for a reason to keep going. Interesting. Well, we have a couple of, things to do here. I'm down for... Before I use any of my own dice, I'm down for you to get stressed a little bit. I think that's fine. Oh, perfect. Beams of your suit lamps reach into the dark, picking waves of dust and debris. Reveal a small bay big enough for a shuttle, but not a rig like yours. You realize it is a ship, or at least it was. This frame, filled with rusted components and partially covered with old hull plate, suggests a fast ship. An arrowhead decided to cut through debris and even atmosphere. All ships, in fact, seems built by hand. Interesting. Flames painted by the hull, the brushstroke visible after what must have been many years. All interlocking tubes and flared vents. Holes in its sides suggest it may have never been finished. You secure them in your suit and push them away from your ship. As you leave the bay, you turn and take one last look at the treasure inside. It's possible that it never flew, or perhaps it was in the middle of an extensive refit when this place was abandoned. Either way, its flying years have long since passed. And now with the bay open, it will corrode much faster, melding with the anonymized scrap of this place in mere cycles. You suppress a shiver and then start the journey back up to the surface, aware of the components dangling at your side. We got some more engine components, and there's nothing else here. I guess we just leave, I guess. There's no reason to stay, just a waste of, it would just be a waste of supplies. But there we go, contract done. Nothing else here. We're back at full energy. We have 6, so I can fully refuel, I think, is fine. Because I'm leaving the cycle. We're leaving the cycle instantly. But not before I just get some more stuff. I'm not going to use my 2. Actually, I'm going to use my 2. Nah. There's no reason to use my 2. Worst case scenario, I lose an energy, right? And best case scenario, I get what, 8 cryo and a scrap? Not worth it. Yeah, not worth it. Okay, so the only question here... Alright, so we're leaving this place. That's a small place. The only question is if I go to Helion Gate straight away, or I go to Holmes Rock and pick up and try to find Seraphine's sister in Wellspring. Wellspring seems like it's gonna be a huge place. I think we go to Helion Gate first. After Helion Gate, I kind of want to drop down to Greenbelt and potentially like kind of go in like a Z shape, right? Helion Gate, Greenbelt, back to Helion Gate, Depending on if I need something at Forest Spindle, maybe stop there, but otherwise back to Floatsam, and then over here and then up here. Right. I think that sounds like a pretty decent idea, especially since I don't know where to go after Helion Gate. So... Actually, I probably should have just stayed for 2 more cycles and not bought fuel. That would have been the smarter option, actually. Oh well, it's fine. I wasted, how much fuel? I wasted like 40 something. It's fine. Helion Gate hangs over the rig. Its corroded arches resemble the dislocated vertebrae of some vast, long-dead serpent. That's one big, ugly scrap pile. Solheim didn't like to build them small. Let me look at my dice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Not ideal, but also not bad. What was it for? System's biggest door. Only open if you asked it nicely. Gotta be big if you want to fit every ship that visits the system through it. Impressive, really? Building something so massive out here? I see, it's like a wormhole type thing, I assume. Solheim like to impress visitors, sure. But they also like to scan entire ships and impound those that didn't enter through the gate. Not the most admirable quality. I mean, again, goody two-shoes, naive. Seems pretty impressive to me. Gotta say, I'm surprised to hear a sleeper impressed by corporate infrastructure. Don't let him bait you, sleeper. Solheim were cruel and ruthless, but without them, the solar system would just be 2 gas giants and a load of rocks. No harm in recognizing it. Look out of the cockpit towards the gate, its layers of systems and rooms slowly opening to the void, peeling away cycle after cycle to reveal the bones beneath. This is where John Mee mentioned you might be able to find the location of a ship with a prime shipmind, along with the old shipping manifest and Solheim records. You look over the towering structure of the gate. This is going to take some work. Flash, is this place inhabited? I doubt it. You hoping for a station side bar? I have a feeling you'll be disappointed unless we find an executive's old liquor cabinet. So we have the corridors. Now the issue here is I'm also fully out of fuel, so I'm gonna need you to, look for fuel here. We're gonna need to spend a couple cycles here, especially if we can't buy fuel. This can get pretty messy. So we have the customs hall. This is good for us. We plus both of them. The records we plus that, but we are not an engineer. If I have a 6, I'm putting it in here for sure. Even a 5 is okay, right? Like, at worst, it's neutral. I think we do it. Neutral outcome. We minus energy, plus on idle mines. Oh, but we also need to eat our supplies because we can't buy things here. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, we do this here. It's risky, but... Okay, nice. Plus 3. And now we can just do this, and I feel okay about that. Okay, and... Oh, new location discovered. Seized cargo. Oh, that's Endure. We don't have anything for that at all. So we kind of just have to give up on the cargo there. Neutral, okay. Let's check. We can data scrap. I need a 5 or a 6. I don't trust this danger. It is too dangerous otherwise. I think I dropped this here. Oh, not great. I think we take a supply. Okay, it's plus 4. I should have not done that yet. Okay, look for fuel first. Look for fuel first. If we have at least one fuel, we can at least jump back to, okay, that's fine. Now look for supplies. This will at least let me jump back to... Yeah, this will at least let me jump back to the spindle if I need to. Takes more to jump to Greenbelt, though. But we still have some time to look around. This is not going to be good for me. Even in the best case scenario, it's still 25% negative. But we have good ideas here. As well as here, I think. I can double 6 here. I think that's not a bad idea. Okay. I'm down to 5, 4, 3 up here. Solhelm data. Okay, that's not helpful at all. Okay. If we get a positive here, that's really good. This is most likely going to be a neutral outcome. Oh, nice. Got a positive. Okay. In the void of the archives, something flickers. You've been working in the dark, peeking through the guts of corroded machines, skimming the data and their corrupt memories, digging through a graveyard in search of ghosts. Aha. Terminals begin to flicker into uneasy life. A cacophony of distorted sounds accompany the machines, as some of them immediately glitch and spark. Did you do this? Uh-huh. The terminals blinking out together, leaving a single translucent screen glowing softly in the dim room. Drifting out of the dark, you see a figure. Is this what you were looking for? The voice crackles aggressively through your suit's local comms. Who are you? Sleeper, is that you? Oh, hi, Juni. I mean, I guess it makes sense that you're here since you're looking at Solheim data and stuff. Juni, good to see you. The venue is a little unexpected. I'm looking for a Shipmind. I did have this whole speech prepared for whatever salvager was ripping through these archives so messily, but now that I know it was you, well, I'm just glad to see you. I'm glad to see you too. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's my bad, sorry. I'm not an expert like you are. Nicely done. Oh. You found it for me. Well, I am down for that. Something like this, maybe? Uh-huh. Something like that, indeed. Well, then, it's yours. But the question is, what do you want it for? I'll explain the whole thing about my body. Yeah. I'm kind of breaking down. There's some, like, weird virus in me that's, like, growing. It's weird. I don't know. This doctor told me I needed to find it, so I am. I'm sorry, Sleeper, but I think I can help you. I want to come with you. Uh-huh. Well, I need that Shipmind. You're welcome to it. I promise to help you get what you need and not get in your way. I learned my lesson. I know I can't force you or trick you into taking me. That's why I want to offer you this instead. I hope that maybe if I help you find what you needed, it will show I can be trusted. Well, I trust you, Juni. Send the coordinates to your ship. I'll be hanging around the gate until you're ready to leave. But don't worry, if you go without me, I'll get the message. You won't see me again. Uh-huh. Well, I am 100% taking Juni. That takes 4. I'm gonna be out of fuel by the time we do that. Okay, so what we do, let me look at here. We get supplies this cycle. Next cycle, we get fuel. Yeah, we rest for now. Hopefully we get at least 2 supplies. That would be really good. We only get 1. I mean, we're just gonna get stuff here. I don't want to get metal. I think we just data scrap. Oh, there's fuel here. This is scary though. Okay. Neutral is +2 -1 energy. I mean, it doesn't matter if I have 6 or 5. It's always going to be that, right? I'm just hoping for neutral and not negative. Perfect. That's enough fuel for me to be okay with. I will need to eat an energy. I will need to eat up a supply. That is kind of necessary. But now we have enough fuel to go there and go somewhere else afterwards. So I'm happy with that. I go ahead and data scrap. No. I think I go ahead and rest here. There's nothing else here that is useful. Yeah. Especially since everything requires like big stuff. So I end cycle here. Yeah, I don't really need to rest or anything. Six, 4, 4, 4, 3. We don't have the supplies we need. Okay, well. Do I risk one? Because -3 would mean I'm going to go back to 1, and when I come back, that means I only get 2 free cycles instead of 3, which is completely fine. Yeah, I think I just rest one more time. I also need to be aware of my energy level as well. Because I can't just permanently rest. This doesn't get me energy back, right? Even on a positive outcome. At least negative. Nothing happens on negative. Yeah, positive outcome is just -2 stress. Okay, well, I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna end cycle one more time. In the hopes that we find at least one supply. Nope, no supplies. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. Well, you might as well use up both of my 6s here. I don't know what I'll use this for, but... Okay, let's head over. We'll bring Juni, because I want Juni with me. And I think I need Eugen. Because the issue is that if I don't have Eugen, I don't have anyone with Endure. Because Bliss, I can handle Bliss's jobs, but yeah, I can't. Yeah, I need to bring Eugen. And I want to bring Juni because I want to recruit Juni so badly. Yep. Bring Juni with us. Normally I would love to take Bliss, but Bliss and Juni just have a lot of overlap. We're 2 for Sunward Sleeper. I don't like this. Yeah, well... Now with Conway drones on the edge of the belt, it's even less attractive as a salvage site. Lucky us. Well, we need to be quick. Yep. Okay. Conway drones run automatic until it takes something of interest. Better not to be seen. Alright. Sounds good. So, what's my... I have 6. Okay. I got a lot of good ones here. This is really good. Juni, you're not great here. I'm gonna check both. So let's check this first. So Eugen is completely useless for this first part here. That gives 2. How much does this give? Also 2. Okay. It doesn't matter which one I do. I guess even a neutral one would activate that. Nope, it just activates stress. Let's use Juni then. Nice, good positive outcome. You are not useful here, Eugen. I'm sorry. That's 2. Oh, I don't want a neutral outcome though. Neutral outcome builds stress and I want to save up my stress. A negative outcome would alert the drones. I think we just use up a supply. Yeah. As weird as it is with like 4 dice remaining, I think that's my best play. Especially if I get good dice like this. Especially if I get dice like this, this is perfect. I use up mine first. I guess it doesn't matter which one. And then I'm going to use Juni's 3 here. Because if Juni gets stressed, it's fine. As long as I don't hit the negative. What did I just say, Juni? Juni, what did I just say? Okay, okay, well, that is unfortunate in so many ways. At least nothing is alerting the drones, but 2 stress on both my crew members is not great. Centralized cylindrical object. Have your height raised on a complex pedestal. Cable snake into the dark like braided hair. It's not bad. The cables lead off to every one of the ship's systems. Engines, life support, navigation, lighting, networking, you name it. Shipmind has hardwired access to all of them. When an old ship like this was running well, the Shipmind would distribute itself, some of its protocols running freely in different sections. It would be less like a single governing mind and more like a load of systems clumped together to form a complex living machine. Think of a plant rather than a being. A plant with rapidly processing power and a much more accelerated response time than your average tree. Let's see here. Juni, the Shipmind, please? Sorry, yes, let me check. Parts of it trapped over in the ship's nodes, which is a problem. Why does it matter? It's probably going to destroy itself the moment we turn it on. I see. Okay. So how do we find the nodes? Okay. Got an incoming signal. You're lighting up system and networks down there. Time to stop. Conway drone sniffing the network. We're clear. I've turned off almost of the rig system, but we need to be careful. Keep network activity at a minimum. Okay, got it. So we need to do this without alerting systems. Track cables, that's a 4. We can do this one pretty easily though. Go ahead. +3 maybe? +3, nice, okay. I'll take the +3s. Conway alert, okay. On a neutral outcome, if it's a Conway alert, it's fine. Okay. Could be scary, but I think it's okay. Perfect. Okay, engineering, which is fine. We need just 4. We just need 4. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and end the cycle. We have 1 more supply. I need to be super aware of that. Okay, I have good. Okay. I have good. I need 4 on each though. And Eugen is absolutely useless here. Okay, okay, let's assume that it takes only 2, right? Let me assume. Okay, it only takes 2. I'm using this. Not great, but it will do. Perfect. Okay, we take those. Because here I can use you and myself. It's ready, sleeper. Uh-huh. Like a creature in a box, its weight shifting under the pressure of your grip. Ah, I see. Come on, sleeper, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. There'll be plenty of time for that later. Yep, time to go. Alright, no reason for us to stay here. Let's get out. Okay. Oof. Good. Arriving back at the Helion Gate, as lonely as cold as it is, feels like a relief. There was a tension in the rig that you came back out of the inner system, a watchfulness for errant signals, and glinting red beacons that choke the conversation. But now, floating in the comfortable shadow of this vast ruin, the sense of relief is palpable. That's one prime Shipmind, condition unknown, retrieved. I'd mark that a success. Agreed, thank you. We're a crew, we work together. Sleeper, can I speak with you? Of course. Tucking herself against the wall, she looks small, even in this compact space. Thank you for taking me with you. I hope I proved I'm trustworthy. Never doubted you. That's nice to hear. Thank you. In my time here in the belt, I haven't found it easy to make friends, but you, Sleeper, well, I hope you'd consider me a friend at least. I would. I'm glad. Then I would like to ask you something else. Yes. Although we do overlap, I guess, me and Juni, because we both have plus on the arrow one. But yeah, sure, Juni, come on over. I will find a bunk. She quickly glides out the corridor before you can say anything further. Another stray collected. Quite the refuge we are building here. You don't approve? You know, I've actually started to warm to this one. She's alright by me. Well, you really did not like her at first, Seraphine, but you know what? I'm glad you warmed up to her, kind of. Juni's already out of sight, likely unpacking. The ship is getting a little crowded, but you're starting to realize that you like it like that. At the very least, she'll prove invaluable when you get to Floatsam and have to deal with Jean-Mi. Perhaps you'll even have a read on the old man. Pause for a second, appreciating the warmth, the hum of the rig and its inhabitants. The ship, you think, is starting to feel like home. Nice. Okay, so I have a couple of options here. I think the main one that I want to do is this. As bad as this is gonna be. +3 fuel. Ooh, That gets me to Greenbelt. And Greenbelt I know has food, because we're asked to go there to get plants. So we can go there for food. What's my thoughts here? I can spend time getting more Solheim data, because I have one more free cycle, right? Yeah, I have one more free cycle before I have to go. Before I should go, because that's how efficiency works. And my energy will be filled and I don't need to waste that. So I think what I do is, yes, look for supplies, please. Maybe I need to like switch it over. Look for supplies. What is... Oh yeah, that's fine. Look for supplies. We come over here and we just grab some more data. I assume we can sell these at some point. So having more is not a terrible idea. And then we rest and hope that we get one supply, maybe. You know, I'm hoping. Okay, one supply, that's fine. We have a 6 here that I'm just gonna drop. And then we fly over to Greenbelt. Actually, no, not yet. We do that next time. I just realized how long it's been. I've been recording for almost an hour. Holy, that went by fast. But we accomplished a lot. We went to Floatsam and came here and got the Shipmind. So we accomplished quite a bit. But I will end this here. Next time we will head over to Greenbelt, explore that. I don't know how big it is. We might spend a whole episode there, but if not, this is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to come over to Greenbelt, buy all the supplies and stuff, and do all that. And then I'm going to have to come back here, which will, even on a full, even with full fuel, I'm going to need to spend at least a cycle here to refuel, at least one, before I can head back to Far Spindle. And once I get to Far Spindle, it should be an easy trek to Floatsam. I do want to stop by Far Spindle because that's the cheapest place to get supplies and fuel. And then I can go to Floatsam, and I also drop off the spores from Greenbelt. And then I can go to Floatsam. From Floatsam, I can go to Holmes Rock. From Holmes Rock, I can go up to Wellspring, and I can go from there. So that'll be next time. But for now, this will be it. Thank you for watching. See you all next time.